Hi, this is my report on human rights issue in maritime industry, module number 5. And according to the 2014 ILO Protocol to Convention 29, states, including prominent member flag states such as Panama, shall cooperate with each other to ensure the prevention and elimination of all forms of forced or compulsory labor. Now, what is the 2014 ILO Protocol? It is one of the core conventions of the International Labor Organization. It aims to suppress the use of forced or compulsory labor in all its forms. The convention outlines measures that members states should take to eliminate forced labor, such as effective legislation. Member states are required to adopt and apply effective measures to prevent and eliminate forced labor. So wala na ang kanang mga forced labor karon. It is nanan siya sa law, and it is against the law to each and every company na mag-enforce yung anang law. And the number 2, it is the regular inspection and enforcement. The convention calls for the systematic and effective inspection of workplaces to ensure compliance with laws and regulation regarding forced labor. And let's continue. The Palermo Protocol also requires cooperation between states in the fight against trafficking. The International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights demands international assistance and cooperation in realizing the rights to the highest attainable standards of physical and mental. What is the Palermo Protocol? The Palermo Protocol refers to the protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons. So na siya sa una guys, human trafficking pinagi sa shipping, especially women and children. Its full name is the Protocol to Prevent, Suppress, and Punishment Trafficking in Persons, especially women and children, supplementing the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime. It is commonly known as the Palermo Protocol because it was adopted in Palermo, Italy in the year 2000. Now, adoption and purpose. What is its purpose? The Palermo Protocol was adopted as a supplement to the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, also known as the Palermo Convention. It specifically addresses human trafficking with a focus on the protection of victims and the prosecution of traffickers. And protection of victims, also recognizing the vulnerability of trafficked persons. The protocol emphasizes the protection of victims' human rights, including their right to physical and mental integrity, health and just and favorable working conditions, among others. Sumpay siya guys. More broadly, the MLC requires and repeatedly emphasizes the need for states to cooperate, achieve implementation and enforcement of the set of seafarers' rights enshrined therein. States are required not only to respect and fulfill human rights through their bodies, machinery, and agents, but to actively protect against the abuses committed by third parties, including employers. What are the rights of states that are parties to the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crimes are encouraged to ratify and implement the Palermo Protocol as a tool to combat human trafficking effectively. The Palermo Protocol, along with the Palermo Convention, has become a key international instrument in the fight against human trafficking, providing a framework for cooperation and coordinated efforts among nations to address this grave violation of human rights. Now, the flag states have a range of responsibilities. What are those? And regarding after this one, I will explain to you what are those responsibilities. Regarding seafarers under their jurisdiction, these responsibilities are outlined in international maritime conventions, and compliance is crucial to ensure the well-being of seafarers, promote maritime safety, and prevent substandard shipping practices. Here are key responsibilities of flag states for seafarers. Number 1, issuing certificates. Flag states are responsible for issuing certificates to seafarers, including certificates of competency or COC for officers and certificates of proficiency or COP for ratings. And these certificates verify that seafarers have the required training, qualifications, and competency to perform their duties. Number 2, monitoring compliance. Flag states must monitor and ensure that ships flying their flag comply with international conventions and regulations related to the working and living conditions of seafarers. This includes adherence to the International Labour Organization or the ILO, Maritime Labour Convention or the MLC. Number 3, enforcing regulations. Flag states are responsible for enforcing national and international regulations related to seafarers, employment conditions, wages, rest hours, and other aspects outlined in relevant conventions, and many more. So let's continue. These duties are engaged wherever abuses may be committed within its territorial jurisdiction. The UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights confirm that states are in breach where they fail to take effective steps through policy and regulation to prevent abuses before they occur. States must also review whether the laws provide the necessary coverage in the light of evolving circumstances and whether, together with relevant policies, they provide an environment conducive to business, respect for human rights, as noted by the UN Working Group on Business and Human Rights. The state duty to protect human rights applies both under normal circumstances and in times of crisis. Flag states are ultimately responsible for protecting seafarers under their jurisdiction from forced labor. And flag states, I will explain to you guys about that. Flag states collaborate with port states, nag-collaborate sila and other relevant authorities to facilitate inspections, investigations, and the enforcement of international regulations related to seafarers. Flag states play a pivotal role in ensuring that vessels under their flag adhere to international standards, promoting a safe and secure working environment for seafarers. Cooperation and coordination with other stakeholders, including international organizations and industry partners, are essential to achieving these objectives. And what are those responsibilities, Day? I will continue. Manan na itong responsibilities kanina. So I will continue the. Unfortunately, the majority of the world's vessels are registered under the flags of convenience, FOCs, as they generally have a more relaxed approach to regulation, including lower labor standards. Many FOCs have a poor record when it comes to meeting their obligations to crew members under international and domestic laws. That's all for my report. And thank you so much. I am Alro Gallemit. Thank you.